Hey guys, it's me. Welcome to my channel. And today we are going to talk about 10 crazy facts about camels. Camels are very interesting animals. They can go long periods without water. Their milk is a little weird. They have cool adaptations that help them survive in the desert. And they have been around for a really long time. There are lots of amazing things about camels. Number 10, two different types. First up, there are two different types of camels. You have your dromedary camel, which has one hump, or your Bactrian camel, which has two humps. Bactrian camels are a little bit larger than their dromedary cousins, and they can be found all over in parts of Asia and in China. Dromedary camels, on the other hand, are native to Africa and the Middle East. If you look at these two different types of camels, though, you will notice that they both look pretty similar. But there are a few differences that set them apart from each other. Both types of camels have adapted to their environments, helping them survive in the harsh conditions. But they don't exactly look the same. For example, Bactrian camels have longer faces, longer legs, and longer necks than their dromedary cousins. Plus, their fur is a little thicker too. That helps them survive in the cold weather. The dromedary camels have shorter faces, shorter legs, and shorter necks. This makes sense because they live in the desert and do not need to worry about surviving in the cold. Dromedary camels also have thinner fur. So there are a few differences between these two types of camels. And it is important to note that they are not the same animal, even though they are both called camels. No, 9. Lots of babies. Now this next fact is kind of gross, but still interesting. So did you know that female camels can have babies without getting pregnant? That's right. Sometimes a mother camel can pass on her baby-making cells to her daughter before she gives birth to her first child. If this happens, the baby will already be pregnant before it's even born. How crazy is that? It is definitely an interesting adaptation that helps them survive. Scientists think that this might happen because camels can get pregnant year-round and have babies year-round, so they take advantage of that when they can. No. 8. A camel can eat anything. Camels are considered to be scavengers, but they aren't picky eaters. In fact, they can eat almost anything they want. They will graze on grasses and shrubs, but they also like to eat thorny bushes and poisonous plants. These plants are not good for most animals, but camels don't seem to mind. Some people think that camels can digest these plants because they have bacteria inside of their guts that allows them to do so. They have 4 stomachs, so it makes sense that they can digest things that other animals can't. Because of this unique digestive system, camels can eat almost anything they want, which helps them survive in the desert where food can be hard to come by. They can even eat roadkill. No. 7. Their humps are not used for water storage. Now this is something that a lot of people don't know about camels. Their humps are not used for storing water. In fact, their humps have nothing to do with water at all. Instead, their humps store fat. They use this fat as a source of energy when food is scarce. The fat in their humps also acts as insulation, helping to keep them warm in the cold weather. Lastly, their humps also help to protect their bodies from the sun. They have adapted to their environments in many ways, and their humps are just one of those things that help them survive. Now, even though their humps don't store water, they can go a long time without drinking water. No. 6. They can go without water. Even though their humps don't store water, camels can still go a long time without drinking any. In fact, they can go about a week without water if they need to. To do this, they have adapted in a few different ways. First, their bodies are able to produce a lot of concentrated urine. This means that they don't need to drink as much water to get rid of waste. They also have the ability to reabsorb water from their urine, which means that they don't lose as much water when they urinate. Lastly, their kidneys are able to concentrate more salt into their urine, which means that they do and need to drink as much water to get rid of salt from their bodies. All of these adaptations allow camels to survive in the desert, where water can be hard to find. No. 5. They have webbed feet. Did you know that camels have webbed feet? It might look like they don't at first glance, but if you took a closer look, you would see that they do have some webbing between their toes. This webbing is actually an adaptation that helps them survive in the desert. It allows them to walk through sand without sinking in it. And it also helps them to keep their balance on top of the dunes. Plus, the webbing helps to protect their feet from getting hurt while they are walking through the desert. No. 4. Their milk is a little weird. Now this next fact is a little bit weird, but still interesting. So did you know that a camel's milk tastes like vanilla custard? It's true. Some people say that it tastes like eggnog too. Now, this might not sound like a good thing, but to the people who live in parts of Africa and Asia, this is a good thing. You see, in these parts of the world, it can be hard to get a lot of nutrients. So when the mother camel produces milk, it is full of nutrients that her baby needs to grow. This means that the people who drink the milk are getting a lot of nutrients too. Plus, camel milk doesn't spoil as quickly as other kinds of milk, so it's a good source of nutrition for people who do and have access to a lot of food. No. 3. They are great swimmers. Even though camels spend most of their time on land, they are actually great swimmers too. They're able to swim at a speed of about 5 miles per hour, which is pretty fast. They also have the ability to stay underwater for up to half an hour. This means that they can cross bodies of water without having to take a break to rest. They do this by holding their breath and then swimming to the other side. This is obviously an adaptation that helps them survive in the wild. They are able to get to the other side without being exhausted, which makes them less likely to be eaten by predators. No. 2. They have been around for a long time. Camels have been around for a really long time. In fact, they have been around for about 40 million years. That's right. They were here long before humans arrived on the scene. Fossils of early camels have been found in North America, Europe, and Asia. This means that they evolved in different parts of the world, not just in the desert. Now, over time, camels have changed a lot. They used to be much larger than they are today, and they also used to have more toes. But as the world changed, so did camels. So they evolved to have fewer toes and to be smaller, which helped them survive in the desert. No. 1. Spitting. Camels are known for their ability to spit. They can spit up to 30 feet, which is pretty far. They do this by sucking air into their stomach and then spitting it out. They can control where they spit, which means that they can spit at people if they want to. Now, you might be wondering why they would want to do this. Well, first off, it's a way for them to defend themselves. If a predator is getting too close, they can spit on it and hopefully scare it away. Secondly, they can spit on each other to show dominance. If the camel is trying to become the leader of the herd, it will spit on the other camels to show that it is stronger. Finally, they can spit to get rid of flies and other insects. Flies love to hang out on camels, but they don't like being spat on. So camels will spit to keep them away. Alright guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and share with your friends.